Hey, how are you doing? This is Tim Ward with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got that video coming to you as promised with some simple tips and tricks you guys can use to improve your online presence as a company. So let's dive in. I don't want to take up too much of your time here, as I have a knack for making these videos long when I try not to. So I always like to look at a Google homepage here first. So I typed in a buyer intent keyword. Let's say I lived in Kansas City and I want to get some roofing done, which is one of the services you guys provide, right? So I would type in something very similar, if not this, into the Google here and search for it, right? Roofing Kansas City, Missouri. So this is what we consider a buyer intent keyword. Now, we're going to go over this page, kind of see where it's necessary to be ranking to bring in the maximum amount of traffic you can, right? Now, the first thing you're going to see are Google guaranteed ads. So trusted, verified, and local companies within this area that are providing the service. And as you could imagine, these will convert fairly highly because they're right up here up front getting all the exposure, okay? Now next, we're looking at a Google Map Pack. Also crucial to be within here, as you can see, especially these top three, because nobody's really going to be pushing this more businesses button, especially when we're seeing the amount of reviews and the ratings of these reviews as well. So most people are going to stick within here, which means 30 to 50% of your entire traffic that comes from online will come from a Google Map Pack like this. So crucial to be within here. And how you do that is, of course, first make sure you have a Google business profile, and then of course optimize it as well. So make sure it's 100% filled out. Google isn't guessing on anything. You have pictures that geolocate you to this area. You're getting reviews from all your clients that are of a high rating, so on and so forth. And that'll get you up here quicker than you might imagine. Okay. Now, underneath that, you're going to have the organic listings. We are going to see some directories, as we're looking up some roofing services. But we do have first position wise Christian Brothers Roofing. So we'll do the comparison on them since they're the top competitor in this area for roofing. Okay. Now, why is it again crucial to be up here? Because most people again aren't going to click to another page of Google. Okay. So again, crucial to be on the first page of Google within the map pack. And then even if you wanted the max amount of traffic, you should be posting ads too. So the amount of traffic you'll be getting is probably more than you'd even be able to handle, especially in an area like Kansas City. So let's take a quick look at the website. I always like to look at a website because, especially the homepage, because there is a sweet spot when it comes to Google for content on a homepage. And that sweet spot is 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on the homepage alone, okay? As we can see scrolling through, we don't necessarily fit right exactly into that sweet spot. We're probably a little light on the homepage when it comes to content, which isn't a super big deal, all right? But to make sure that we are ranking specifically within Google for these services that you want to provide and are providing, you need to make sure the homepage is optimized out, correct, with the amount of content that you need. And then for that amount of content, every 150 to 200 words of content, you should have a buyer intent keyword, like how I was trying to explain in that Google page. Something like roofing Kansas City, Missouri, or roofing companies within Kansas City, so on and so forth. Any variation of that is a good buyer intent keyword. So definitely the first thing to do on the website, optimize the homepage, get keywords within here, and you'll really start boosting your rankings within Google for that. Okay. Now, next thing I always do is I toss your guys' website in here to this paid program I use called Ahrefs. It gives me a quick dashboard. I can see overall numbers of a website, and I can obviously do quick comparisons this way too, just by looking at numbers here compared to your competitors' numbers. So we have a DR and a UR rating right off the bat here that we're seeing. Now these are, trust and power rankings within Google. Now these ratings are out of 100, so they seem relatively low. Really the 5 is, the 21 is not super bad, because once you get into 30 and 40, that means you do have quite a bit of trust and power within Google. You're probably within the top, 20-25% of all websites when it comes to being within the 30 and 40 ranking and rating wise. Now, how do you build those trust and power within Google to improve these ratings? Well, you do that through those backlinks that you currently have, right? So you need to build more and of a higher quality backlink through those higher quality referring domains. And what those do is that builds trust and power within Google, because a bunch of other websites that Google already trusts are referring you guys through them. So Google sees that, recognizes that, and as we all know, Google is kind of a popularity contest. So Google, if they already trust these websites, and these websites are saying, yeah, Google, these are good companies to work with because we're showing, we have links to those websites within us, then yes, Google will start building trust. Okay, and you're only bringing in 2 traffic, and the main reason that's going to be is because the keywords that you have. You only have 4 keywords. They're probably not buyer intent, and they probably don't bring in a lot of volume either. So that's why it's so key to have your website optimized out too, is to make sure that you have keywords within there, because otherwise you're just building this trust within Google for nothing, right? You're building trust within Google for 4 keywords, let's just check them out real quick. So storm roofers, okay. Good keyword, obviously a lot of volume, but it's not buyer intent because it's linked to absolutely zero location wise. So this is a nationwide keyword that anybody, whether it be New York, Florida, California, could be searching for something like this. So the amount of people that are actually going to be within Kansas City searching for this is going to be very slim. And even so, you're ranking position 62, which is going to put you, well within the multiple pages of Google. Nobody's even going to get that far to see you. Now, we do see Blue Spring siding. So this is a decent keyword when it comes to siding. Now, there's 250 people searching that a month, and you guys are ranked position 47. So again, you're not going to be on that first page, so you're missing out on all that traffic, right? Then you have roofing companies near Blue Springs, Missouri, and roofing Blue Springs, Missouri. Again, you're bringing, that's another 100 volume there. That second one there near Blue Springs, Missouri, you're not on the first page. Roofing Blue Springs, Missouri looks like you could possibly be right on the cusp of the first page. So you are getting a couple people into the website there. That's your entire traffic right there. Okay. So definitely need to improve the amount of keywords that are on your website. Now, next, we have Christian Brothers, that top competitor for Kansas City. So, again, for keeping the video, trying to keep it as short as possible, we see their ratings here are definitely much higher relatively. And you can even see the amount of backlinks that they have is less. So that means they're going to be of a higher quality, okay? Now, you want all your backlinks to be high quality, again, to build that power and trust within Google at a more efficient and effective rate. And you can see the amount of keywords they have. Now, they're a little overboard on keywords because they have a blog within their website. So even the keywords that they have, kind of like that fourth one that I showed you on yours, that storm roofers, that's not a buyer intent keyword and not really necessary to have within your website, because that can bring in traffic that you aren't necessarily looking for. So with all that being said, we can see the amount of traffic you're missing out on your website is within the thousands. Now, when you're talking about a roofing company, that amount of traffic is absolutely incredible. It's the amount of traffic that allows you to grow exponentially and nitpick jobs, work with the homeowners or business owners, if you do commercial, that you find are going to be the best to work with, and even choose jobs that are of a higher profit margin as well. So you can start to be kind of nitpicky on who you guys work with, what the jobs you guys do, so on and so forth, when you start getting in that amount of traffic. And especially with the amount of services you guys provide, you should have a lot more keywords here and ranking for a lot more things when it comes down to it within your website, which would bring in even more traffic because you guys don't just do roofing, right? So I think overall, again, trying to keep the video short, that should do it. There are definitely nuggets of information you guys can use within this video to start ranking and outranking competitors for all the services you guys provide. So if it's not too crazy of an idea, I would love to hear some feedback from you. Did you find this video valuable or, informational at all? And then if not, I'd love to know that too, so I can start tweaking these videos to have more information within them. And then two, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out, whether it be email, phone call, or text. Any of those is a perfect way to reach me. So again, I would really like to say thank you, and I do appreciate your time, taking that time out of the day, especially a busy day for you guys, and watching the video, as it means a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you for that, and again, of course, have a great day for yourselves as well. So thank you once again.